let you know my name is Carol, and I want to welcome y'all to Desert Recreation, and especially my garage crafting lair. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do tonight. We are going to do this adorable ho 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 gnome. That's why we're going to get our ho 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 on. Okay, isn't he precious? He is absolutely precious. This is one of the first times that I was able to sublimate. I sublimated this myself. The actual design I got from Sugar Pepper Designs, Ashley. Okay, but I am starting to sublimate my own signs. We're going to be using a 14-inch, this is a Dollar Tree frame, and I put 10 ties on the outside and I put 8 on the inside. And I wanted to be festive. I love Christmas, thank you. And these are, looks like candy canes, and they're so darn cute. Okay? So for tonight, what we're going to do, hi Virginia. We're going to lay down a very good base tonight, and we're going to do it just with plain old deco mesh. This is nothing special about this, nothing whatsoever. And I'm going to fold it under. I'm just going to walk my fingers across it like you're doing a ruffle, and then I'm going to fold it under again. Okay? I'm going to pick a tie. Let's go ahead and open these up. I always forget that, and it makes it so much easier when we open them up. I'm in the mood for Christmas. Hi, Bonita. Mood for Christmas. And I'm just going to go right here in front of this one. I'm going to take, hi Patty, and I am going to put a zip tie right there on the third ring, going around it, zip tie it down to hold it in place really good. Just right in front of that tie, right in front of it. Okay, going to nip that off. So, we've got that much done. We're right in front of a tie. We're not going to tie it into this tie, guys. We're going to go out here and we're going to measure out to 12 inches. And we're just going to do a 12-inch poof all the way around it. This mesh is really stiff when you get one that's a good mesh, but I like my mesh stiff, especially when I'm doing a poof. All the way around it, 12 inches. Hi, Connie. Welcome, girlfriend. Okay, last poof going around the outside. So right there where I tied it in, right here, right the ones I went bypassed, I'm going to tie the poof in now. Okay? So now I'm just going to boogie on over here, ring. Okay, thanks, Kathy. Okay, LaDon. Okay, so all I've done is pulled this on over. Let me clip that off a little shorter. And I'm right in front of the ties. So now I'm going to continue to the inside, going ahead and doing 8-inch poufs. 12-inch poufs. There we go. We're just going to tie them down just as tight because, like I said, this is really thick. And stiff, guys. Last poof, guys, to go around. Then I'll show you the mesh we're going to put in between this black. I love black, and black works really good for the Christmas holidays also. So what we have so far is we started off with a 14-inch. It's just a regular 14-inch Dollar Tree frame. And I have 18 ties on it, 10 around the outside, and I use these adorable candy cane looking ones. Now I'm going to cut this off, and we've gone around it and on the inside of it and done 12-inch poofs. Now I'm going to take this that I've cut off right here. Hi, KP. And I'm just going to poke it underneath it, okay? Just poked it underneath. Then I'm going to take a zip tie. If I can get my finger through there. I always have problems with that, guys. And get it back on the right side. Okay, tighten that down, trim that. This is already pretty short. And then I'm going to move that zip tie to the front. Okay, so far that's what we have as our poof base. And I'm going to show you that cute desert wreath sign again. Isn't that cute? I pressed this myself. The actual design I got from Sugar Pepper Designs. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to just move this to the side, is we're going to come in with some white ruffles. I just cut this. This is a white with a little bit of metallic stripe in it and snowball, okay? I'm just going to turn the end under, roll it once, turn it under, and then I'm just going to walk my fingers right up in it. This is what I call a messy ruffle, and I'm going to put the ruffle side down, okay? Just going to put the ruffles, the curl side down and twist it, okay? I want to see some black pop around this white. So just one big curl, and then walk your fingers all the way to the other end. Flip it over, go to your next tie, and put it in. It's not really a ruffle. It's sort of like maybe a messy ruffle with some curls on the end. And I just poof it out a little bit. I'm not really worried about that. Big curl. Big curl. You got to go over 2 times, that's fine. I just want them to be big. Last set of curls and ruffles going in on the bottom. Excuse me. Okay, now we're going to start on the top. We're going to still make our big burrito curls. Go right up the middle. Find you a spot. Put them in it and tie them down. There you go. See how you can still see? Last set of ruffles going in. Just roll that big burrito. Roll us another one. Bring them together. Last one. Right there. Tie it down tight. And there we go, guys. Let me show you what it's going to look like with this sign still. Isn't that a gorgeous sign? Look at that. Gorgeous. Now, let's go on with the gorgeousness and let's see what ribbons I came up with. Okay. All right, guys. So I picked out this 1.5 inch. This is just a regular holiday Christmas ribbon. But then I found this gnome ribbon. Isn't it stinking adorable? The gray background, and it's really light and you can't really see it. It's got some glitter and it says Merry Christmas. Then I've got some red and it's got a glittered red edge. Then we're going to pull in the darker gray with a diagonal. Isn't that stinking adorable? Stinking adorable. So what you do, I cut my ribbon to 13 inches. I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it in half, find my center, maybe, okay. I'm going to move this ribbon, my 1.5, all the way up. I don't want it right in the middle. What happens when you do this and you fold it this way, you're able to see more of your 2.5. And I want more of that 2.5 to stick out tonight. So I'm going to stick this right in a tie, twist it around, and I'm not going to do anything to those ties but leave them. Then I'm just sort of going to spread it out a little bit and let that 2.5 inch be the center, and this 1.5 inch just fall down over the top of it. So now we're going to go to the next one. I find my center. I'm going to do the exact same thing as I'm going to move that 1.5 inch ribbon all the way to the top, and I'm going to ruffle it up. Scrunch it up, ruffle it up, whatever the terminology you guys use. And I'm going to put it in the tie next to it. I'm just going to twist it 2 or 3 times. I'm not going to do nothing to those ties. I'm going to leave them like they are. Then I just pull the 1.5 inch to the side. And this way we have more of that gray and diagonal showing right down the middle. And we're going to keep going around it and doing the same thing. Last ribbon going in around the outside. Spreading it out a little bit. Hi, Flo. Okay, so here we have the outside so far with our little gnomies and the gray and the red ribbon. And see how you can still see that black through there. So now we're going to wait, we're going to put our ribbon in the middle this time. Thank you, Sally. And I'm going to fold it in half so that 1.5 inch ribbon is in the middle. We're going to ruffle it up, squish it together, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go in the top, doesn't matter where I start with, tie it down, twist it a couple of times, leave that where it's at, okay? Then I'm going to crisscross it on the top. And there's my little gnomers. Little candy cane in the middle. This is where you're really going to see this color come to life. Last set of ribbons, guys. Right down the middle. Find that tie, because we're bombarded with ribbon up here on the top. But I love it. Twist, twist. Okay. Get that one back up there. All right, guys. So this is what it looks like so far. The mesh, the ribbon. We've got all of our ribbon tails on it now. So now let's bring in the sign and see how we're liking that. Doesn't that make that sign just pop? That little gnome on that sign is so blasted gorgeous. Guys, gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to measure this right quick. So if I was measuring this, if I just measure it from poof to poof, we're out to 24. Then you've got some place for your ribbons and stuff. Thank you, Carolyn. So, like I said, this is really a nice big. It's as big as what you would get with the 15-inch elevated. And my deal is behind this is due to having those poufs, those 12-inch poufs with a very stiff mesh. Okay, I use the Deluxe Easy Bow Maker. If you're looking for an easy bow, I have them in my shop in Etsy. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a ribbon. And I'm going to also tell y'all where I got all of my ribbons at tonight. Okay? So this is a beautiful ribbon. Okay? It says, Merry Christmas, ho ho ho. It's got trees, it's got everything. It's a 3.5-inch wide ribbon. And it came from Walmart this year, guys. Walmart. And when I use a wider ribbon, I don't use a lot of it. Because generally I just put it in my bow. I'm going to measure out here to the 8-inch mark. Okay. I'm going to take my thumbs and my fingers and I'm just ruffling this up right up at the center of it to where it's real small. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to twist it. Using a big thick ribbon. This ribbon is really thick, guys. And it's got a good body and wires to it. And I'm going to bring this one up here to the top. I'm going to go ahead and pull me out some ribbon. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do a 6.5-inch in between the 6 and the 7. I'm going to squish it all the way up in my fingers. You have to be careful how you squish it, because lots of times you'll do it and you're not even realizing. You squish the, and I'm going to twist it. You keep it off balance, or half of it's in and half of it's off and it's not straight. And I'm going to move that loop right up here by that tail. Okay? Then I'm going to take this side. I'm going to go over here in between the 6 and the 7. And I'm just going to go ahead and squish it all the way down in my bow maker. And it's a little long, so I'm going to pull it out and do another little squish on it. Straighten it out, and it's the perfect size. And I'm going to bring this one down. You can use this to go over here, because all we need is 8 inches. And I'm going to bring this forward, guys. Okay? So this one's going to come down. This one's going to go up. These got excellent wire in it. It's perfect. And there's only 35 feet on it. But 35 feet is over 10 yards, guys. For $8. Walmart ribbon. and it's a nice ribbon. Okay, the next ribbon we're going to come in with is going to be our dark gray. Okay, this dark gray ribbon right here came from Walmart. Okay, it's an excellent ribbon for the, I don't remember what I paid for because it doesn't have a price on it. It doesn't have the ends on it, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. So I'm going to come out here to the 8. I'm going to squish it down in there. And this time I'm going to pull this one down towards me. Okay? Going to pull this out some. You always want a lot of ribbon out. And I'm going to come down to the 6. Okay? And I'm going to pull this one towards me. This one's got good wire in it too. It's a nice, I love the texture, the feel of this ribbon. I'm going to squish this one down. I'm going to pull this one over here. And I'm going to go up with this ribbon and cut it off to about the same length as I did the other one. Let me get this rolled up. I use quilting pins, the big ones, to keep all of my ribbon so it doesn't spin out. So now we've got that part of it. Now we're going to come in with the red. This red is last year's Sam's ribbon. Come out here to the 8. We're going to go up with our deal. So if I go up with it, this is going to be a 6.5, guys. So if I go up with it, then I'm going to come over here. And this is a 6. Smash it down in there. Well, it's a 5.5 over there. Let's do a 5.5. I knew they looked bigger. I probably pulled my loop or something. That's okay. Now we're going to cut that off. And that one should have come down here. Sorry. I'm getting off my track here. Crazy, crazy girls. Now let's come in with the gnome ribbon. This gnome ribbon also came from Walmart, guys. That's where I got this really gorgeous gnome ribbon. So far we have the red, the black and tan, and this one from Walmart. I'm telling you, they're getting on their game. Push it in. I'm going to bring my gnomies down. To me, it doesn't really matter with them. I'm going to pull these over here to about the 5. Okay. I'm going to stick my fingers in it. I'm going to drag it. This ribbon also has excellent wire. But it's a little bit, the ribbon itself is a little wonky. But out of a score of 5, I would give it a 4 just for having the good wire. And it holds its shape really well. It doesn't wrinkle. You just have to maybe work with it a little bit more. Okay? Put that over there. Now we're going to bring in this right here. Okay? This was a Walmart ribbon from last year, guys. Yep, last year. Going to twist it I hope I have enough on this roll. If not, I've got another one. This is all year ribbon for me. I do a lot of farmhouse. This is the perfect ribbon for farmhouse. Okay? Oops. We did have enough. Okay. Pull it down towards me. That loop's a little big. And I love this for an all year ribbon. Okay. I'll get that one in a minute. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take 2 of these candy canes. Now I got these pipe cleaners at Hobby Lobby. And I love them. They're super, super thick. Do the ink test, it's fine. Push up my ribbons a little bit because I'm telling you, guys, I really push them in there good. Okay. Make sure I got under that big one. Okay, I'm just going to hold it with my thumb, put my other 2 fingers underneath it on each side of the dowels, oops, and pull it up. Bend this one in half. I'm going to go in right there, come down till it's in between my 2 fingers behind it. Then I'm going to put a little tension, move it over, push down with my thumb as I pull and pull with the back. Then I'm going to twist the bow. And it basically, it stays fluffed for you. Okay? I'm just pulling my tails. Loops are already in place. Come back here, pull those tails. Open these loops. I sort of massacred that one. Okay. There we go. And there's our bow. Isn't that a cute bow? So now let's bring our sign over. Now this sign is just a 7 by 9. But this sign is a perfect size. Okay? And I'm sort of going to move it to the middle. I'm just getting my ribbon tails as I'm moving it. And I think that's just what I'll do. 7 by 9. And we're going to put this little gem. I may have to uncross some of these. That's perfectly fine. Because we still got that ribbon there. Okay? Down here. And even down here. There we go. Yeah, let's put him in the middle. I've got some attitude to give him in just a minute. So now I'm going to take my weaving needle and I'm going to go down. I poked holes in this sign with the beadsmith. And now I'm just going down, making sure that I catch my, I'm going to pull that so I don't get my ribbon caught. Make sure I catch my sign. And what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go ahead. Let's do this corner first. I like to go to corner to corner. I'm not pulling real tight. I knew I'd lost that one somewhere. And I'm just going right down to the frame, guys, and catching the very inner circle in between it. Let's get this last corner. So you can put your sign, even though it's this size, in the middle. Doesn't matter. You don't have to have a large sign to put in the middle. You can. This sign could have gone off on either side. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. And then I'm going to wrap it around my inner frame here. And I'm not going to pull hard, I'm just going to pull taut. And then I see where I've got it. And if I need to pull, I do this and I don't completely attach it until later to where I see if I need to take up, if I don't got it tight enough or I need to let some out. Okay, let's flip it back over, and I would say that sucker's perfect. Pardon me. I think I'm going to just move those to the outside. Keep this one crisscross. Sort of bring these down. There we go. Swing that and around. Let me sort of get these corners straightened up and we'll be ready to rock. And that looks fabulous. See our little Gnome? Isn't he cute down there in his bundle of love? I'm going to have to tighten these two on this side a little bit. So, we made the one bow. I already made one before I come on live. Why I wanted to put him in the middle is I want to put a big old bow up here and a big old bow down here. Okay? So let's start up here on his little noggin. Take my handy dandy weaving needle. Telling you, these pipe cleaners are really. And I'm going to come in, I believe, about right there. And we haven't trimmed the tails, so we've still got tail trimming to do. There it is. It was hiding on me, guys. How dare it. Had a wrong hold of the wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to pull it, but I'm going to rock this bow backwards and forth so I can settle all of this stuff in. Remember, we haven't trimmed our tails, but I want to make sure all of our loops and stuff. So we'll be trimming, and I'm just going to twist him off. Then we're going to come right parallel to it. It's going to be stinking cute, guys. Stinking cute. Now here we've got ho ho ho. So we have to be a little bit more careful or smarter or whatever you want to call it when we go to put this bow in. We don't want it to sag off of our wreath. But we want it to still be loud and proud. Goodness. There we go. Swallowing it up, guys. Okay, we got one. Let's get this other one. Got caught on a little string. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. Same theory applies. Let's move it around. I'm going to it landed on the outside of the frame. If it lands on the outside of the frame when you're pushing it through, it has a tendency to really sag. And I don't want it to sag, so I'm pulling that pipe cleaner down to where I can move that bow up so it won't sag. Okay, it's a lot better. Thank you, love. Okay, now let's uncover our sign. No. Okay, so let's play Edward Scissorhands, and let's start trimming us some tails. I always have my tails too long, but that's okay because I like cutting them. And here's this big old 3.5 inch ribbon. Let's cut it off, but still to where it can be seen. Same way here. Fold it in half. Because I still want to see these gorgeous loops. That one was stuck. So I should have, right there it is. See, there's that one. Now we can see our ho ho ho. I'm going to have to move that up taller. I don't like it the way it is. Okay. So now we've got that little ribbon there. So let's take this big ribbon and go ahead and cut it off. Cut this off.
It's ready.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to cut that one. Let's fold this over, Mama. Let's cut that one. A little shorter. And I want to see this gray one underneath it. There's our little gnome. And just move your tails. Don't be afraid to yank on them. Let's cut this one just a tad shorter. That little gnome is too cute. Whoa, forgot one, guys. Thought I had another one under there somewhere. And there is our little gnome.